Kitchen Slang 101. That is what we're here to talk about today. What are the most commonly used terms? What do they mean? How do we use them? We spend a lot of time on this channel talking about different disability-related terms, but to be honest, if you spend time sitting in our restaurant, these kitchen terms are the ones that you're going to hear over and over and over again. So if you ever hung out with us and you've wondered what in the world 86 means or on the fly, we are here today to solve the mystery for you. Hi, my name is Catherine Hubert. This is my business, Chez Jeunesse, where I am the restaurant owner, chef, and disability integration coach.
Broken sauce, chef. Need a minute.
Yes, chef.
Still not there again, chef.
Yes, chef.
You good?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes, chef.
Yes, chef.
Yes. Okay, chef. Yes, chef.
Yes, chef.
Told her earlier.
Yes, chef.
Yes, chef.
So, without any other pausing, let's jump into it. Here are the top 12 kitchen terms that you will hear, not just in our restaurant, but in any restaurant. These are in no particular order. We're just going through them. All right, number one is in the weeds, which means that you're getting overrun, you are drowning, you have so many tickets that you don't know what to do with yourself. So you might hear that in a number of different contexts, but a lot of times I use that when I'm in the kitchen communicating to my service managers, hey, I'm in the weeds right now. It gives them a heads up of where I'm at, the capacity that I have, and usually means we need to slow down service a little bit. All right, term number two is 86, which means you're out of it. It's no more, it's gone, it's done. It's usually a term that your kitchen staff is communicating to your service staff so that your service staff can then communicate that to the guests. I'm so sorry, we're out of the whatever. It's not necessarily ideal. You want to walk through the day being able to offer the full range of menu items. But like in our kitchen, we make everything from scratch. Everything is done in-house. And so, sometimes people order more of something than you anticipated and you're out of it and you can't just throw it together really fast. And so you 86 it. Something was really popular, you 86 it. Here's an example.
86 chocolate mousse.
Not exactly sure where this term originated. There's a lot of internet debate about it. It seems like 20s, 30s time in the US was probably when it started being used. Could be similar to the word nix. If you nix something, if you 86 it, you're out of it. And then in the 70s, it became a term that's also associated with murder. All right, number three, corner, which simply means I'm coming around the corner. There's a lot of language in the kitchen that communicates exactly where you are physically in proximity to someone else. That's because it's a fast-paced environment. You're usually moving through with your hands full. You can't always see who's coming and going. You're in small spaces, and so it's important for safety reasons to communicate where you're at. Corner is one of the most commonly used ones.
Corner.
But you may also hear people say behind, coming in, coming out, beside you, things like that just communicate, again, to the person near you. Or if you don't even know if another person's there, like corner, you don't want to come around and collide. Knife walking or sharp. Again, this is a safety thing. A lot of these kitchen terms you'll find have to do with physical safety. You're walking through the kitchen with a knife. It's important to let people know that you're doing that so that they clear some distance. They are not rushing up behind you. So knife walking, sharp, coming through sharp.
Next coming now.
Keeps you safe, keeps your teammates safe. Number five, top. This indicates the number of people in a party or the number of people that can sit at a table. So if I say I have 4 two-tops available, that means I have 4 tables that could seat 2 that are available. Or if we say we're getting ready to seat an 8-top, that means we're getting ready to seat a party of 8. This is used all the time, especially on the service side, to communicate what we have seating-wise available and then the parties that were actually on our list. But that gets communicated to the kitchen staff too, especially if they're bigger parties. We've got an 8-top on the list, we've got etc. Just lets us know what to anticipate.
Brianna, I'm hosting today, and right now on our wait list we have 5 2-tops, 3 3-tops, a 4-top, and a 5-top.
Number 6, walking in. This also has 2 different definitions or ways that we use it. Number 1 could be to indicate the number of people that are actually physically walking into the building. So we've got a 5-top walking in, We just learned top. We've got a party of 5 that are walking in. And then the second way that we use it is actually to indicate something that's coming up on a ticket for the kitchen. So for us, we use that a lot with our longer ticket time items, the things that take longer to make or prep. So like our Dutch baby or the breakfast pizza. Someone who's pulling the ticket off of the ticket machine would say, I've got a Dutch baby walking in. I've got a breakfast pizza walking in. And then that indicates we need to get that started right away so that it has time to bake and we're not delaying the service even longer.
We've got a 6-top walking list.
Number 7, all day. This is used oftentimes in the kitchen as well, and it means the sum total of an item across all of your tickets. So you're getting a total count. This is really helpful in terms of efficiency in the kitchen. It's easier. Say you've got 5 avocado toast all day. That means across all of my tickets, that's how many avocado toasts we have to be prepped. And then someone can do all of them at one time as opposed to doing them one by one. It saves time. It keeps you organized. It keeps things structured, and it keeps a tally, a general tally of what's going on. I've got 10 fruit all day. Okay, that's what you need to prep. That will get me caught up through all of the tickets that I have hanging. Number 8, the phrase that nobody in the kitchen wants to hear from the service staff is on the fly. I need it on the fly. It means I need it in a rush, do it quickly. Also, the subtext behind that usually means it got forgotten. We either didn't ring it in, we forgot about it, or sometimes it may mean that the guest, there was something wrong with their food or they didn't like it, and so we need a redo on the fly. We're trying to get it out quickly, but usually it's not a positive association, and it's also typically stressful, especially if you're in the midst of doing a lot of things. You're already really busy, and then someone's like, we need an Eggs Benedict on the fly, and it's like, because you kind of stop everything's very orchestrated, and so then that like throws a jolt into that orchestration, and it tends to have a ripple effect and throw other things off, but you got to do it.
Can I get an order of fries on the fly?
Number 9, the phrase that I think every industry should adopt: heard. There's a 2-part response, even though it's just one word. So saying heard means not only I heard you, but it also means I'm acting on what you just communicated. So if I'm in the kitchen and I say, I need a refill on my lemon ricotta pancakes, the person who's going to refill the lemon ricotta pancakes is going to say heard. If I say 86 bouillabaisse, then the person who's going to go right on the 86 board, bouillabaisse, is going to say heard. They've heard it, they've acknowledged it. If I say runner, I need a food runner, the person who's going to run the food is the person who's going to say heard. Once you hear that heard, it's like a check mark. Check it off the list. It's been done. It's been taken care of. If I don't hear a heard, I'm going to keep repeating what I just said until I hear a heard. Number 10, fire, which means not you're fired. It does happen in the kitchen, but that's not what we're talking about. Or that there is a fire, which also sometimes happens in the kitchen, but we're also not talking about that. But it means to start something, to get it going. Fire the Benedict. Fire the heirloom tomato tart. Fire the whatever it is. It means you're starting that next process. Okay, you can go ahead and fire table 5. That doesn't mean that you're asking table 5 to leave. They've been fired from the restaurant. It means that you're going to start and send out table 5. We're ready for it. We don't use this a ton in our restaurant because we have more of a casual environment. We are sending food out pretty much all at the same time. You do this a lot in restaurants where things typically come out in courses. And so as a table is getting like they're getting done with one course and we're prepping the kitchen that they're ready for the next, then you would say fire the entrees for table 5, which means they're finishing their salads. Let's go ahead and get their entrees started. It's kind of just a cue to keep the pace going. 11, on the line, which refers to the literal kitchen line where all of the cooking action takes place. It's called the line because it's set up as a line. Real genius description there. Sometimes it's used if someone's stepping out onto the line, on your line, just letting me know that you're there again to make space and to provide safety. Get off my line. I say that sometimes. Service staff is not supposed to come into or onto the kitchen line. That is a sacred space for the chefs only. So sometimes if my servers or managers are creeping over there to look at something to talk, I'll be like, get off my line, which is a semi-gentle way of saying, you're in my space, I'm feeling overwhelmed, I'm feeling disrespected, move back. So it can be used in different forms, some friendlier than others, but it's a good one to know. And lastly, number 12, and somewhat satirically, the kitchen term and phrase that you may hear the most in most kitchens.
I'm done. You, fuck off out of here.
Me?
Get out. Hey, excuse me, madam.
Yes, chef.
Fuck me. How about fuck you?
How are we making these stupid mistakes?
I'm done. Fuck off. Out. Get out. Get out.
Man?
Okay, that's it for today. I hope that was helpful. I hope that gave you a little sneak peek if you've never been to our restaurant, into our restaurant and the life that's happening here, or if you've been with us before and you just feel confused by this other language that we're speaking, which is the kitchen language, then hopefully this was helpful for you too. Thanks for being here. We will see you next week. Shajana staff, your keyword for this week in honor of this video is 86.